Question is, if scientists know and can see the flaws and errors of evolution, why do they continue to believe in their theories? And the answer is, for the same reason that you and I do. We all have deeply held beliefs and views about the way the world is that we're not going to change easily. We held them for many different reasons, which I'll get into in a second. But as an evolutionist, you are what's called a materialist, someone who believes that material, stuff, matter, energy, space, and time are the only things that are real, the only things that can explain how the world is. Well, one of the things that it has to explain is thinking, free will human beings. Here we are. How did we get here? If you think that only material is available to do that, then evolution is your only answer. And so if you take evolution away from someone who thinks this way, their entire belief system collapses. We have to be sympathetic to that. We have to be gentle and respectful when we offer them evidence, because no one is going to change their entire belief system just because you brought up some new scientific data that you heard about. This goes very deep, because if you're a materialist, it means that there is no God, there is no soul, there is no free will, there is no basis for morality. All these things that we take for granted as thinking human beings who believe in God suddenly have no explanation if you take evolution away from a materialist. In fact, let me let you listen to this view as it was expressed and made famous by Thomas Nagel, an atheistic philosopher. I believe it was back in the 1990s that he said this. And this is a quote: "I want atheism to be true, and am made uneasy by the fact that some of the most intelligent and well-informed people I know are religious believers. It isn't just that I don't believe in God and naturally hope that I'm right in my belief. It's that I hope there is no God. I don't want there to be a God. I don't want the universe to be like that." You see, Thomas Nagel is saying, admitting, that intellectual answers aren't all that are bothering him. There are other reasons people don't accept or change their minds on things. Moral reasons. We don't want to be told what's right and wrong or answer to some moral authority. Volitional reasons. We want to be in charge of our own decisions. We don't want someone else telling us what we should think. Emotional reasons. Charles Darwin was very much affected by the fact that his 10-year-old daughter died, and he thought there couldn't be a God in a world that would let something like that happen. So each of us have reasons that we need to overcome. And that's why we, as Christian believers, are told in 1 Peter 3:15 to always be ready to give an answer to anyone who asks us about the hope that we have, but to do so with gentleness and respect. If we can give answers in a way that is respectful, we can have impact on people that may change their mind years down the road. You never know. All we can do is give them the evidence and hope that it touches them somehow to make them change their mind. And to kind of wrap this answer up, I want to show you a book that was just written recently, just came out in the last few years, by a guy named Thomas Nagel. And I don't know if you can see it, but the title of the book is Mind and Cosmos: Why the Materialist Neo-Darwinian Conception of Nature is Almost Certainly Wrong. You see, Thomas Nagel is intellectually honest enough to say that what he sees in the evidence of evolution isn't adding up. And so we have to give credit where credit is due. That is the kind of thinker that all of us should hope to be.